See,
Good
once I'm
evening,
ready.
ladies and gentlemen. But here is no gentleman. So good evening, ladies and ladies. Welcome to Win Toastmaster Club. Yes, today is the 47th meeting. Yes, we have set a new benchmark for Win Toastmaster Club. We have a lot of women. They are the original, what can I say, they embark us and they inspire us in many ways. As it is Toastmaster, so we have to or we should follow certain rules so that the meeting should go flawless. As it is online meeting, we should keep more ourselves more attentive. Please focus on the screen, and if any speaker speaks, don't interrupt. Please switch off your mobile phone or do it in silent mode. I am giving 3 seconds for that. So here I'm going to make my phone in silent mode. I would like to request everyone, please switch on your camera as it is virtual podium. So if you will switch on your camera, we will feel more connected to each other. We cannot talk about sex, politics, and religion in a derogatory manner. As we all know, we have a very enthusiastic president with all of us, Toastmaster Shruti. But before calling her, I would like to say a few words for her. She inspires us in many ways. I love the way she carries herself. When she say, tap your feet, I really feel, wow, amazing. She boosted us. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Shruti, the presiding officer of our club. Toastmaster Shruti, the podium is yours. Toastmaster Shruti, are you there? I guess there is some technical glitch. Till that she opened her video, we have a very important member or a immediate past president with all of us, Toastmaster Ruchira, who is DTM now. Yes, within a few months, she improved and she set a benchmark in front of all of us. The bubbly, chubbly, intelligent, what can I say about her? So I would like to request her. I think Toastmaster Shruti is joining. Yes, here she is. Wow, amazing. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Shruti, the president of our club.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neelu, for this warm and wonderful introduction. And it gives me immense pleasure and immense joy to be able to be a part of this meeting despite being away from my phone and my usual, base camp. So with this, I welcome you to this meeting of Win Toastmasters Club because you all lovely women have been able to choose you over everything else. And I'm so proud of your journey. And while I was in this meeting, while I was joining, what I just did, I'm going to be sharing something slightly uncomfortable. What I just did a part of my undergarment was visible here, and I tried to fix it. Whenever we see something uncomfortable or something which might cause us any amount of embarrassment, we try to fix that part somehow. And how many of you have experienced this in public places? A raise of hand, a yes or a no would be a great favor. A yes or a no, probably? Yes. And how many times have you seen any other stranger women walking up to you at airports and weddings, fixing your hair, hiding your bra strap, or maybe helping you with putting your hook of the blouse, or helping you with telling you that your kurta is not well, your shirt is not tucked in, or something is off with your dress. How many of us have been a part of this, and how many of us have done this? I have done this, and I have been receiving a lot of such warmth from other women. And I'm sure most of you have. Yes. So let's celebrate this warmth and affection that we receive from several other women and humans that we see. And also, let's normalize. Let's be a part of this. The parts that we see and that we count them as embarrassments, those are not, those are natural things. And that's what we are here for. For all of you who are still scared, who are still waiting to embark upon your journey of Toastmasters, either with first speech, with your first role, or as simple as participating in a table topic. Remember that we all have been embarrassed by this. We all have been very scared of stage fear, and we all have had this being tongue tied and not able to think or articulate our thoughts. But we all are a part of each other's growth. If you see me speaking flawlessly here on the stage, if you see distinguished Toastmaster Ruchira achieving accolades, and if you're proud of her journey, if you see Toastmaster Neelu being judged every other day in any of the contests, if you see Kalpita attempting her first speech, if you see Jayati winning awards and laurels for our club, it's because we all have been a part of their journey. No one grows alone. Everyone, all of us are a part of each other's journey. And with this wonderful message and this affirmation that we all would love to be a part of each other's growth, each other's journey, fixing each other's crowns and straps, let's move forward as this whole battalion of wonderful, powerful women. And remember, as women, we don't need empowerment from outside, because there is enough of us. There is enough of it which is lying here, but we are not utilizing. So with this, let's start this meeting. Let's move forward and understand and realize the power that we have with it. And it gives me immense pleasure to see and immense joy to see distinguished Toastmaster Ruchira Singh, who will be joining ISB, who has joined ISB rather, and is making us proud and bringing in laurels for our club by winning contests, achieving awards. And recently she has become a global fellow, and would request Ruchira to tell us about her achievements and just give us the talk, because we miss your presidential addresses, Ruchira. So over to you, Ruchira.
Hi, thank you so much, Toastmasters. It is always lovely to be back at Toastmasters Club. I think you would still know that even there, whenever we discuss Toastmasters, I'm still pulling all the ladies that I know at ISB and telling them to come to Toastmasters Club, because this place is something that's very special, and I absolutely love being a part of Toastmasters Club.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ruchira. And we are so happy to have you and see your lovely face here again. And this gives us immense joy. We also have Ritu, who has joined in after a gap of some 2 or 3 meetings, is it? Ritu? Ritu, are you here with us? Ritu, you're mute. Unmute, Ritu.
There's too much sound in my house.
Oh, all right.
That's why I switched off the video and muted it.
All right. We'll come back to you. Later. I see one more guest. I'm not sure whether you are a Toastmaster or guest. Vibha.
Yeah, hello.
Would you please like to introduce us to the club? Introduce yourself to the club.
Yeah, just a minute. Sorry for late. Hi, everyone. Good evening. I am Vibha Bharti, living in Dubai. I am president of Hindi Toastmasters Club. I worked as a teacher, counselor, and a relationship manager in a broking company. Nowadays, taking a break from my work and focusing on my hobbies and interests. My hobbies are composing poems, writing stories, singing, dancing, gardening, playing badminton. And I think I have joined many times your club, and this is really a good opportunity you have provided me as a grammarian to connect with you all. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vibha, for this wonderful and elaborate introduction that helps us to know you even better. And with this, we move forward in this meeting and call someone who's going to be taking this meeting forward, like the person who will be comparing, who will be introducing you with the theme and the rest of the speakers. And I believe that the role that is coming up is the heart of any Toastmasters meeting. The role that a Toastmasters of the day or the evening who plays is someone who can sense the pulse of the entire meeting and can control it by all means. And the person who is coming up is someone who has joined Toastmasters uh, from quite some time and has been a part of this fraternity from past 1 year, almost 1 year, and is also a secretary of Hindi Toastmasters Club of Delhi. And what gives me immense joy and the proud moment that I feel is someone who is working also as a software engineer and still believes in working on them and their growth apart from work. Because what we do is something, whatever will make us earn money, we believe that we have to upskill those skill set and not anything else. But the person who is coming up is balancing both personal life, professional life, and the growth path that they are on. Please help me welcome Toastmaster of the evening, the lady in red. I would call you this way, Toastmaster Kanchan. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Kanchan as the Toastmaster of the evening. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shruti, for welcoming me in a warm welcome. And a very good evening to all my fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. I'm the Toastmaster of the day, and my theme is today's for marriage. So, how can we say that which marriage is better, love or arrange? There are often two ways to thinking about the marriage. The one is love and the other is arrange. That some people thought that considered that the love marriage is to the more successful, and the other things that the arranged marriage is more successful. So how can we say that which marriage is better? So I want to know from all of you that what do you guys think that which marriage is better? So who want to become first to tell about the marriage?
I want to go.
Yes, Toastmaster Nilu, please come and share your thoughts about the marriage.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kanchan, for the wonderful topic. I believe marriage is the second inning of our life. Whatever, either it is love marriage or arranged marriage, if your family members are agreed, you will be blessed. You will get support in every thin and thick time of your life. So whatever you are doing, do. Whatever you are like, just go for it. But try to convince your parents and family members. It would be great help and it would be the best way of getting married. So blessings are very important in our life. So I believe whatever you are doing, you are feel free, but try to take blessings of your parents and family members. Thank you. Over to you.
Toastmaster Neelu said correctly. Blessings of family and parents are also necessary with the love. So who next want to join? Any guest is there?
Yeah, I can participate.
Amrita, no. Yes, Toastmaster Amrita, please share your thoughts. Yeah, over to you.
Very difficult question, Toastmaster of the day. But yes, if you want me to choose, I would still choose the path in between the love and the arranged. For me, it doesn't matter whether it's a love marriage or an arranged marriage, where you get the blessings, as Toastmaster Neelu said, of the people around, where you have enough love, trust, and friendship. That would probably help you sail through this turbulent water, which is called marriage.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Amrita. Share your thoughts with us. So, by the way, asking a person which marriage is better, just like asking someone whether you will commit suicide or you want to kill yourself by the someone else. So yes, now let's move on this meeting. I want to tell you about the 3 sessions of today's meeting. The first session is prepared speech session. In this session, the prepared speech was delivered by the speakers. And the second session is table topic session. In this session, you has given the on the spot topic, and you have to deliver a speech for 1 to 2 minutes. And the last and the third session is this meeting will be the evaluation session, in which the general evaluator and the chief evaluator evaluate the whole meetings. So let's move on to the first session, and I would like to invite Chief Evaluator or the Toastmaster Ruchira on the stage, and please introduce yourself and please tell us about your team, supportive team. So over to you, Toastmaster Ruchira.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the day. So today my role as General Evaluator is to evaluate everyone who takes the podium today. So I've been scribbling away right from when we had the Acting Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Neelu start the meeting. As timer today, we have with us Toastmaster Kalpita. I'd like to ask Toastmaster Kalpita to please state her objective.
Sorry, Toastmaster Ruchira, I'm interrupting here. Yes, she is the timer, but I have to introduce and her role because she will deliver her speech too. But after her speech, she will take the charge. So
Okay,
here I'm going to describe about her role. So today she is playing the role of timer. The timer role is to keep track of timing. In prepared speech section, the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. After 5 minutes, we will show green card. After 6 minutes, we will show yellow card. And after 7 minutes, we will show red card. There is 30-second grace in both upper and lower side. In table topic section, time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. The minimum time is 1 minute and 30-second grace period in this section, but we don't have any lower limit. Minimum we have to qualify, we have to speak for 1 minute. In evaluation section, we have timing for 2 to 3 minutes. After 2 minutes, we will show green card. 2.30 seconds, we will show yellow, and after 3 minutes, we will show red card. There is lower and upper both side 30-second grace period. And she will share the card, and she will give the report when to call to do so. Thank you so much. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neelu, for that. But I think you'll only continue as the R counter for today. So if you'd like to introduce your role as R counter.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest, if any. Today I'm playing the role of R counter. The R counter is to keep the track of words and sounds used as a crutch or pause fillers by anyone who speaks during the meeting. The use of inappropriate interjections like as, and, well, but, so, as well as sound like will be met with an audible click. I will note any uses of crutch and filler words and give my report when to call to do so. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Accountant, Toastmaster Neelu, for explaining that role also very clearly. Moving on to our next role player, we have us with us as grammarian, Toastmaster Vibha. Over to you, Toastmaster Vibha.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. It's very important to spread a railway track to run a train. In the same way, it's really necessary to get proper knowledge of grammar used for any learning any language. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. As a grammarian, my responsibilities are to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully to their language uses. I'll take note of any misuses of English language as well as of any good uses of English language, English grammar. It's also my duty to introduce word of the day. For today's meeting, the word of the day is enthrall, which means to hold spellbound. For example, the audience was enthralled for 2 consecutive hours with the Toastmasters meeting. And today's idiom will be on the ball, which means doing a good job. You can use it in the way. During this pandemic time, NGOs are really on the ball. Each speaker is encouraged to use word of the day as well as idiom of the day. I will show my thumb when they use it, and I will give a detailed note when called upon the stage by General Evaluator, Toastmaster. I forgot your name actually.
Toastmaster. Yeah, no problem.
Ruchira. Yeah, thank you. It's due to long time gap. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Toastmaster Vibha, as our grammarian, for introducing both the word of the day as well as the idiom of the day. Please do mention it in the chat so that people who join in later can also remember to use it. And our final role player as listening master, we have with us Toastmaster Jayati. Over to you, Toastmaster Jayati, to please explain this role.
Hi, good evening, all ladies. I hope you all are having a great time because I'm having a great time too. So today I'm going to listen to all of you, whatever you all are saying. Ooh, ouch, everything and all the sentences. I'm going to take a note of it and then I'm going to quiz you on it. So be careful what you say and remember what you say as well what the others say. I'm going to give my report at the end when the General Evaluator calls me to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jayati, for giving us that succinct report. And with that, we come to the end of the introduction of the general evaluation section, and I'll be coming back to the podium at the end of the session with my report and my teammates. For now, giving the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Kanchan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ruchira, and today's General Evaluator, to introduce yourself and your team. So, here the time of prepared a speech. Then before that, I would like to share some thing about the marriage. That, you know, husbands are the best people to share secrets with. They will ever never tell anyone, because
They don't listen you
anyone yes,
because they don't hear
because
you.
they are not
Until
even
you talk
listening.
about the cricket and other sports activity, or you talk
Yeah.
about that you are spending money, they won't give their ears at all.
Yeah, they never
Or
listening
until you
proper.
have done a lot of Shivji ka puja also. So maybe you have got a bola, Shiv incarnation.
Yeah, correctly said. So here
Nidhi, sorry, sir.
we
My
can
voice.
we
It's
can
okay.
see area director DTM Nidhi.
No
So
DTM.
I would like to invite you on the stage, and please share your thoughts about the marriage and tell us about your some valuable
Not
thoughts.
me.
So
Valuable.
please
Oh God,
welcome.
we're talking about marriage and talking valuable. Seriously. That's irony.
Sometimes it's valuable, not the all times.
Now, the time which I belong to, I don't know we're talking about valuable or not, but marriage is very funny institution. Honestly, I tell you, I have been knowing. See, I had a love marriage supported by everybody, so it was love come arranged marriage. But then the moment I got, before I was not engaged, so he was always there with flowers, chocolates. The day I got engaged, it was 12th of February. So I was expecting 14th Feb will be superb this year because I've got engaged, and he forgot to even wish me. He slept. In the night he slept, and the other day on the 14th, I was fighting with him till 2 o'clock. Imagine, all these years he used to come back, he used to flew back from Ahmedabad to Calcutta to celebrate this day and whatnot. And after it was official that finally she's mine, he forgot to wish me. So marriage is very funny, honestly, very funny. But yes, having said that, we are all born through this institution. Everybody has their own cup of joe. So yeah, but honestly, I will say to everybody who is not married, enjoy your marriage as an adventurous sport. Then only you'll enjoy. Otherwise, just taking it as a load, you wouldn't. That's all. I've taken a lot of time. Yeah, I don't know.
Thank you so much, Nidhi
I
ma'am.
want to support Toastmaster Nidhi and want to tell one point here. See the side effect of marriage. Your theme marriage, and we have very less member. There is marriage season. If I ask anyone, please take a role. Oh, I am invited somewhere today. I have to attend a marriage. So these are the things in India always. And
This is irony.
recently, I posted a post in my Facebook, and a lot of people liked. I want to share that jokes here, that if we lose pen, we can buy it, but if we lose the cap, we cannot buy. So try to love the cap. Yes, because all husbands are dhakkan and we should love them a lot. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Kanchan.
Yeah, correctly said. Yes, all men are same, and no one wants to share yeah, their like particular days and yeah, date of anniversary, birthdays. Yeah. Yes. So let's move on the our first session this meeting. So I would like to invite yeah, first speaker is Toastmaster Kalpita Banejee, and her evaluator is Toastmaster Jayati Datta. So firstly, I would like to invite Toastmaster Jayati Datta. So please welcome and tell us about the speaker's speech details. So share with us. Yeah, over to you,
Thank
Toastmaster
you.
Jayati. Our big round
Thank
of
you.
applause for
Thank
Jayati
you.
Datta.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. Today, my target speaker is giving her icebreaker speech from the Pathway Strategic Relationships. The purpose of the project is for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Timer, please note that the time taken by the speaker will be 4 to 6 minutes. All the best to the speaker. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
So thank you, Toastmaster Jayati and evaluator of first speaker. So please welcome first speaker, Toastmaster Kalpita Banejee. She is a wonderful speaker. And yeah, a big round of applause to Toastmaster Kalpita Banejee, please. So over to you, Toastmaster Kalpita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kanchan. Shall I start? Is the timer ready? Toastmaster Neelu?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. I was 4.5 years old, dressed as an old man in dhoti and shawl with a long white beard. I pushed my way through the crowd of our guests that evening, reached to the seat where my parents were sitting. The spark of happiness in their eyes and the joy in my father's words as he introduced me as my younger daughter to his friends was one of the happiest moments of my life. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, I was born in a small town of Burnpur in Burdwan district. My name, Kalpita, was given by my father after a dynamic lady engineer whom he had met at his workplace, Indian Iron and Steel Company. My father retired from his job as an assistant general manager. My mother, a housewife, also engages in various social service activities in our locality. Being brought up with two siblings in a middle-class Bengali family, life was very simple. I studied in one of the best schools in Asansol, Assembly of God Church School. I did my college from Monimala Girls High. I can still recall that day of chaos and protest outside the principal's office, I being the representative of the chemistry department. The enthusiasm took me to win the Best Student Award that same year. Post-college, I did MBA from EMPI Business School at New Delhi. My first job was with Standard Chartered Bank as a marketing executive. But shortly, I changed my profile and joined Elixir Web Solutions, a reputed consultancy firm, as a career consultant. I worked very hard, handling big recruitment drives with different clients, multinational clients all across the country. I even won the All India Best Recruiter Award for 2 consecutive quarters in my vertical. My promotion was confirmed. Someone said marriage, someone said love, is the 7th sense that destroys all other 6 senses and makes the person nonsense. And having drowned in the water of love, I left Delhi and landed in Kolkata. I got married the next year. After 2 years, our son Krish was born. Shortly after marriage, I had to leave my job to settle with my in-laws at Dalkola in North Bengal. It was then I gave birth to my consultancy firm, Job Solution Services. It was the support and the encouragement I received from some of my clients that gave me the courage to start my own. The business started growing and so was the revenue. I even grew my recruitment team from 1 recruiter to 6 within a span of 2 years. But friends, failure is an inevitable part of life. In 2008, with the great stock market crash, my business went down, as most of my clients stopped recruitment altogether. I learned the hard way. In my client base, worked on my system, rejuvenated my team, and continued to move on. While back home, my family needed my presence. Both my in-laws were suffering from serious ailments. Time was tough. It's true, I had to shrink my business, but I have never given up. In 2018, both my in-laws passed away within a short span of 21 days, a very sad time for our family, especially my husband. My husband is an optimist and has throughout supported me to move ahead in life. My son, Krish, is in class 8 now, has a keen interest in music, and is an avid reader and writes fictional stories. By profession, I am an entrepreneur and a career counselor. Life has taught me many lessons. The most important of them are, number one, come out of your comfort zone if you want to succeed in life. Number two, try developing clear and effective communication skills if you want to remain in the minds of the people. Toastmaster is an excellent platform which not only helps us to develop our communication skills, but also brings us out of our comfort zone and makes us more confident and fearless. The third lesson learned is with patience and perseverance, everything will fall in place in the right time. So just keep going. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kalpita, for the wonderful speech, and you have delivered your speech very nicely. So yeah, don't give up even when you have argue with your husband. So never give up. Yeah, I've got married in 2015, and my husband is also a software engineer. And now I have a 4 years old daughter. And yeah, I'm happily married. I have a happily married life. So in my thought, marriage is a relationship in which two people stay together for life, understanding each other, and they create a magical bond between them, two of them. And marriage is a beautiful feeling which binds two people in the bond of love, as well as it gives a feeling of belonging and concern for each other. So that I'm thinking. So anyone else? So is there no any speech of? So let's
Toastmaster
move.
Vandana is stuck somewhere. She cannot join today. So I informed our team body beforehand. So we can go and ask few more person about marriage and then call to tabletop master. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Neelu, for informing us about the speakers. And yeah, who one else want to join us and share the thoughts about the marriage? So anyone want to come? So no one to, I think no, no one want to share the thoughts of their marriage. So let's move on the second session, it's our table topic session. So table topic table topic session was you have given the on the spot topic and you have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. So 1 minute. So I would like to invite Toastmaster Amrita, and she is the table topic. She holds the table topic session, and yeah, Toastmaster Amrita, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. Wonderful opportunity to get you to speak on table topics related to this wonderful theme, which has actually kept everyone quiet. So for all who have gone mute on this topic, I get this opportunity to get you talking. Let me see how many volunteers do I have for this wonderful session of table topics that I've lined up for you all.
Toastmaster Amrita, give me some time. I'm just connecting through my system for the timing cards I have to show, display. So give me a minute. Yeah, before you start, you can always...
We'll line up the participants meanwhile.
Yeah, sure.
Do I see a show of hands, people who are ready to speak on this topic? And if you don't want to speak on yours, maybe somebody else's. Okay, I see Toastmaster Vibha is ready with us. Yeah. Did you also raise your hand, Toastmaster Neelu?
Yes, Toastmaster Amita.
Okay, excellent. We'll wait for Toastmaster Kalpita to join us and line up everybody. Toastmaster Vibha.
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
And then Toastmaster Neelu. And as you sense the flavors of the topics, you can keep lining up your names in the chat box. So we'll have Toastmaster Vibha go first. Toastmaster Vibha, that fun incident in that wedding, Toastmaster Vibha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amrita, for giving me such a wonderful topic. That fun incident of that wedding. Yeah. Yeah, I will take 10 seconds for this because that is really so special. Yeah, coming to my point is that fun incidents of that wedding. I will take the example of my own wedding because my wedding became a love to arrange marriage wedding. So fun incidents was taken up by a big character that was my brother. He was like a Himalaya for us, for me and my brother. So we were just calling him Chatan Singh. And he made it fun incidents, my marriage a fun incidents because it was so simple way that we two are into each other, and the process should be easy because our parents were ready and nothing should be there. But that Chatan Singh made it so complex, and he said, how come it's possible to get marriage in this society? It's not good. So we didn't say anything to him, and my father made this love marriage an arranged marriage. How? By sending my brother to my in-laws' place for the process of like approaching for their boy, and whatever is going on nowadays in arranged marriage, the same thing was happening that time. And that was really a fun incident because it was so easy way and he made it complex, and we were saying what this Chatan Singh is doing. He is really a Chatan Singh. He doesn't want to just join we each other on the same platform. So that was the fun incident for me, but I don't know it can correlate to others. Okay. Thank you. So it was really a difficult topic for me. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. We all have our own stories of humor and fun, and we relate to it so well when it's us and we know it all. We'll have Toastmaster Neelu take the next turn. Toastmaster Neelu.
Yes, Toastmaster Amita.
Okay. You seem to be experienced enough in this forte. So I have a wonderful topic lined up, and I'm going all nervous giving you this. I hope nobody else is listening to you. One person in your in-laws side, you want to turn into a statue.
One person in my in-law side I want to turn as a statue is my second brother-in-law. My husband is 3 brothers, and I'm the elder one, and my boss is the youngest. And the second brother-in-law is so cunning, and she always loved to preach. If my kids do something wrong, just because you are doing a lot of work, you are working outside, means if, as you all know, I'm not very good in English, but in my in front of him, I'm better than him. I'm better than my sister-in-law. So something is like jealous. He always tried to suppress me. So it was if I will get a chance, I will make it. I would like to try him a statue. I just want to share a small incident. I was in Mumbai, and my sister-in-law's son wedding was there. So it was my first performance on stage, and I danced on Dheere Dheere Gaun Wala song. And the second song was Ayo re maro dholna. And each and every relatives, like my brother-in-law, my nandoi, my sister-in-law, all were on stage, and we had a lot of fun that day. And he and his wife were just looking like that. And this was the time. So whenever I do something extra and I go out of my comfort level to show that I am better than you, because I always feel why he preached me a lot. So this is the person with whom I just want to make him a statue, but I can't. It is not in my hand, but I don't have any options. So thank you so much for giving me this topic. I'm really enthralled with your topic for a second, that wow, what should I say? So thank you so much. Over to you, Madam Table Topic Master.
If wishes were horses, that's all I can remember. And it was wonderful that you took not even a second to decide the person. What clarity of thought. I wish I could get that. I am all confused. Is there anybody else who would like to take their card?
Yeah, Amrita, I'd like to try.
Wonderful. So Toastmaster Jayati, A wonderful topic for you. Okay, something that will rekindle your memories. The world's best couple award goes to. The world's best couple award goes to Toastmaster Jayati.
I remember this meeting I had in Lions Club. We were members of Lions Club. And I had this meeting, and they were conducting a game. I was not very sure about what the game was. I can't recall the game, what it was. But as far as I can remember, it was the best dressed person, the best dressed couple, the best dressed kid. And then suddenly, out of the blue, Dr. S.N. Datta and Mrs. Jayati Datta, the best couple. Wow, I didn't know what to do. Actually, I wanted to fall face down and hide myself from everybody. I was feeling so shy because I was quite new to the society around here that time. And I was not ready to face all the limelight, so called limelight. And people were coming up to me and telling me, wow, you're looking so good, and things like that. And then I came back home with the prize of 3 ball pens and 2 chocolates, Dairy Milk chocolates. I came back home and was thinking, are we really that amazing that we got this? And it was just on looks, how we were looking that day. And we were wondering because we used to fight a lot, my husband and myself. So to get this best couple was really a kind of rejuvenation for me that, yeah, I think we have hopes in our lives. We can carry on and we can, wade through these murky waters. Yeah, finally, we did go through life as a wonderful couple and we tread those very, very difficult waters. Yeah, life shows you all kinds of colors. I think this is one of the lovely colors I would like to remember for the whole of my life. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amrita. Over to you.
Wonderful, lovely experience, and you had a testimony to your relationship and what you quote as the world's best couple award. Wonderful. Anybody else? The next person.
Toastmaster Amrita, I think as the only unmarried lady, I might give it a try here.
That's good. I was just waiting for this one. So I get some singles there. If nobody had volunteered, I would have next asked. Singles, raise your hand. I have some wonderful ones for you. Okay. Toastmaster Ruchira, a big fat Indian wedding or a quiet family destination wedding?
A big fat Indian wedding or a quiet
A big fat
destination
Indian
wedding?
wedding or a quiet family destination wedding? Toastmaster Ruchira.
Well, as you mentioned, singles in the house, raise your hand. I'm one of those single persons. But I have a best friend whose mother has been planning for her wedding, I think since the day that she was born. But here's the secret thing. Her mother's been planning for her wedding, but doesn't want her to be in a relationship. So that's a separate story. But the wedding is a wedding of dreams. And to come to your question, Toastmaster Amrita, when it's a decision between the big fat Indian wedding or a dream destination wedding, her mother, or auntie as I call her, doesn't think it's necessary to choose, but wants to fuse the two and have the big fat Indian wedding at a great destination wedding at the Maldives. She's made plans that are extensive enough to fly all of us all the way to Maldives and then recreate the big fat Indian wedding there and give my best friend the wedding of her dreams getting married by the beach. So Toastmaster Amrita, what I think over here is that more and more as we see the weddings that the kind of weddings that people are planning, I don't think that people need to be defined by the big fat Indian wedding or be defined by a big international destination destination wedding, but they're marrying the concept of two. In fact, every morning when I open Instagram or Facebook, I see at least 7 or 8 people I know who've got a roka ceremony, who've got engaged, who've just got married. And the more that I see the statuses, the more I realize that it really doesn't have to be defined by any kind of boundary. We have brides coming in on lotuses that open, and we have grooms coming in on bikes instead of horses anymore. So the big fat Indian wedding is all about getting internationalized, it's getting developed. And I think the soul and the essence of the wedding, people coming together and having a great time, is something that we are keeping true to its heart. So Toastmaster Amrita, I think my answer to your question would be marrying both concepts and going ahead with it. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
What an evolved conceptualization, clarity of thought when you're just a single. Excellent. Who do we have next? I have loads of topics, people. You want to take a second try? One more round. If Toastmaster Kalpita, would you want to try? One for your wedding.
Toastmaster Ritu has her hand raised.
Excellent. I didn't see that. I'm so sorry. Toastmaster Ritu, a celebrity that you think would make a great husband.
What do I think that would make a great husband? A wonderful topic. A caring husband, of course. A person, even if you break a toenail at times, not really break a toenail, but you hurt your toe and he thinks, oh my God, you got hurt so badly. That would make a great husband, I think. A husband who would compliment you when you put on a
I'm
lipstick or
sorry, Toastmaster Ritu. I'm not sure if everybody can hear you.
oh, I think I changed my position. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, voice is not so clear.
Is it clear now?
Not really.
Is it
I
clear now?
guess while she fixes the issues, we'll have someone else. Do we have someone else?
Toastmaster Amrita wanted me to speak. Actually, there's some issue in the network also here.
Oh,
So if I switch on my video, there will be a problem. I don't know. But if you want, I definitely would like to.
okay, we'll give it a try. This is just a fun thing.
Okay, my background is.
And you already have the Valentine's background.
Yeah, I'm not
A cherry on the cake.
Yeah, sure. But I'm not
Okay.
keeping the timing. Who's keeping my timing?
I'm keeping for you.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neelu. Toastmaster Kalpita, if your marriage was to be compared with a fruit, what would that fruit be? If your marriage was to be compared with a fruit, what would that fruit be, Toastmaster Kalpita?
Thank you, Toastmaster Amrita, for this wonderful, and you have actually put me into a fix, because my husband doesn't love fruits except he loves chilled grapes. So marriage, if I think, for me, if I think about a marriage with this fruit of a basket full of chilled grapes, I would love to tell you that me and my husband would love to celebrate this with all our friends different kind of menus that we can serve in as dishes to our guests. If we talk about grapes, they are green, and I would love to tell you that I would love that my marriage always remain evergreen. You know, the first day of the marriage and after a year, the total behavior, the attitude, or you can say the bondage between the husband and the wife loosens a little bit. And slowly, they get so busy up with their own family, settling their job and family and everything, managing everything together. But if the marriage remains green as the grapes, our marriage can, even if we become old with all gray hairs, can you see how wonderful it will be that even when we are old, sitting one beside my husband, we will still cheer that first day of our marriage and laugh together and enjoy our time together. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Amrita.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kalpita. Again, irrespective of what turns around every day, we again reflect back to our husbands and look at what is the fruit that they like. That is what is so charming about this is so enthralling about this entire relationship. Is Toastmaster Ritu able to fix? Toastmaster Ritu is here. Toastmaster Ritu, can we have a mic check?
Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, you're muted.
Am I clear? Can you hear me clearly?
We can hear you, but very feeble, very feeble. Very feeble it is. Can you just
Madam
come
General
closer to
Evaluator,
the...
can we manage with this?
Able to hear her either. It's very soft.
It's very soft. It's very, very soft. Can you do something about your audio?
I've tried all my rooms.
Okay.
It's slightly getting better.
Yes, we can.
Okay, we'll, because I have a long list and you've had a lot of time to think and draft, we'll be fair and I'll give you a fresh topic to reflect on. Okay, Toastmaster Ritu, that one ritual, are you able to hear me?
I can. I'm able to hear you.
Okay.
I'm able to hear you. Can you hear
All
me?
right. Toastmaster Ritu, that one ritual in marriage that you dislike or disapprove of. A one ritual in wedding which you dislike or disapprove of. Toastmaster Ritu.
One ritual in marriage. The Indian marriages are all very interesting. I would say each ritual is very important and they are so aesthetic in their ways. Each ritual seems to be having a meaning. The only thing at times which I don't like is when only the girl side is spending all the money for the marriage. That part of it, it's not a ritual actually. It's like a system being followed from down ages, which is now changing now. It should be shared by both the families because it turns out too financially draining on the girl's side. The ritual of dowry system is one thing that I just don't like at all. The rest of the little bit rituals are fun. I think they are following traditions, putting right from putting the one mala to sitting in the reception and the fera and the sindoor. Everything is very nice. The only system which I like in marriages, Indian marriages, the girl side has to spend so much and bow down in front of all parents that, oh, you are the king, and things like that is what I don't like. Thank you. Hello, can you all hear me? Hello.
Are you
I have
done?
always by the I have always been very enthralled by marriages, but certain system, the dowry part of it, I don't like at all. That is one ritual not acceptable at all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ritu. With what we understood, I echo to what you said about the lot of wastage that occurs in Indian weddings. Yes, we can probably go a bit, but yes, we can have perspectives on this one-time affair in the life. Is there anyone else who's available to speak? We can have
Oh,
one or two more if there is anybody available.
I'll speak, Amrita. No problem. I'll speak on anything today.
Anything today. So charmed. Okay. All right. Let me see how many I'm left with. Mm, okay. A very thought-provoking one for you. Toastmaster Jayati, what do you think is right? An early marriage
Okay.
or a marriage after you settle?
An early marriage or a marriage after you settle? What do
Right.
you mean by settling? What do you mean by settling?
Yeah,
Is it financial? No, no, no. Is it financial independence? Is it that you have a house, you have a nice shining car in front of the house, you have a big lawn in front of the house, and you have a big fat bank balance? You call that settling? From my perspective, that is not settling. Actually, it's your mindset. When you talk about marriage or when you want to go into a marriage, it's your mindset, because marriage is not a bed of roses, my friends. No, there are lots of thorns which accompany that rose. And as time goes by, you will see that it is mostly thorns. So your mindset should be, okay, I'm getting married now. We are going to be responsible for each other. It's not that, the concept of I am taking your responsibility, you are my responsibility, that's gone. The concept is how we can make it a better living together. How can we understand each other? What is the wavelength of our thoughts? What is our background? How do we think? And how do we, intersect our thinking? That is important in a marriage. Settling down or early marriage, that is not the point. Early marriage is absolutely out of the question. Settling down, this is what I have. These are the points I have before you think of settling down, so as you call it. Because as I said before, marriage is a mindset. It's not something you do out of fashion. It's not something you do because you want to do it. It's because you want to do it because your mindset is saying, okay, I'm ready for marriage now. And as I said before, all those materialistic things comes in no good if you are not clear and mature in your thought processes. So if your thought processes are right and on the right roads, I think you can take a try. What do you think, Toastmasters? Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. A very vague topic handled so beautifully. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jay. Is there anybody else we have with us? We're left with 8 participants. I don't know why people have left us midway through. Was I being too pokey? So with that, Toastmaster Ruchira, do you want to distinguish Toastmaster Ruchira? Would you want to take another try?
Sure.
Okay. The Toastmaster Shruti has left us. I was really looking forward after that fight she had in the last meeting with her husband. I was eager to listen to what she wants to say today. Mm, okay. A gift you would want, Toastmaster Ruchira, a gift you would want from your beloved is a rose or a chocolate. A gift you would want from your beloved is a rose or a chocolate, Toastmaster Ruchira. Distinguished Toastmaster Ruchira.
Well, Toastmaster Amrita, I think either of those two would be a very tricky question because a rose, though looks beautiful and smells beautiful, would wither away and die. And a chocolate, though is something I would always say yes to, is something that would be consumed and eaten. In fact, very recently, I was reading this article on what is the best Valentine's Day gift to give your significant other. And it ruled out both flowers and chocolates because of the exact same reasons I said. If you give your lover or your beloved a rose, then it is a symbol that your love may wither away. And if you give them something that's edible, like a chocolate, it's something that can also be eaten and given away. So the best kind of gift to gift your beloved on Valentine's Day is to gift absolutely nothing, because that is the only thing that cannot be taken away. And that was the end of the article. But to come back to your question, if it were to be me, I don't think I would really be able to choose between the two of them, because the person who would know me would know that I'm a person who sits in my little garden in the apartment at all times and loves flowers. And I think most of you would already know that I'm a complete chocolate addict. So I think staying away from either of these options would be the best way to go. Maybe I think if I were to say in a more philosophical way, perhaps the gift of time is the best gift that I think a partner would be able to give. Whether you go out on a date or you go to the market to buy the flower or you eat the chocolate together, but just spending that quality time together, I think is something that is very missing in couples today, because everyone's living a fast-paced life. But that's the one gift that surpasses any kind of gift you could give, especially a partner. Back to you, Toastmaster, Table Topics Master.
Thank you so much. I
Toastmaster
find you
Amrita, we have Toastmaster Joe Rao from City of Joy Toastmaster Club. Why don't you ask him?
wonderful. So we have Toastmaster Joe with us. Toastmaster Joe, this is like a wonderful theme going on. You've just stepped into this meeting to talk on a table topic which is related to marriages. Are
First
you
of
ready
all,
with us?
good evening, ladies. First of all, my internet connection is very, very bad. And I see all the females here. I am the only male here. And you want to talk about marriages? Please go ahead.
So that
Please go
was
ahead.
echoing back on all the happiness we had around. So we finally have a take from the other side. So enjoy this bliss as Lord Krishna did.
Please go ahead. What is the topic?
Toastmaster Joe, relevance of arranged marriage today. Relevance of arranged marriage today, Toastmaster Joe.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, for such an interesting topic. And on the serious note, I think that arranged marriage is very, very important. And I don't know the statistics if you agree with me or not. I think there is more breakup in love marriages compared to arranged marriages. And why, this is my personal view, is that why arranged marriages would work is that when they're arranging this marriage and after the wedding, you don't know that person in before. And by the time you know that person, it takes about 1 to 2 or 3 years, depending on who that person is. And within that 2 or 3 years, what happens is that you have a kid. Normally you have a kid. And then what happens is that it's no longer about husband and wife, it's more about the child. So even if there are differences between the husband and wife, they still be together, work together for the child. And that I think is very, very important, which I feel is missing when there is love marriage. Because what happens in love marriage is you usually know that person beforehand, before the wedding. And after wedding, you know that person. And by that time, the relationship goes sour. Not most of the time, but yes. Because you already know that person and it gets sour. So it becomes more and more difficult. So that is my take on arranged marriage versus love marriage. I'm not saying this because mine is an arranged marriage. Mine, I got married in the year 2000. So it's been 22 lovely years. I've got 2 beautiful daughters, and we still fight every day, a lot, but I think it's happy going. We are taking care of our children, and we are very, very happy about it. Thank you, and back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Joe. What a wonderful combination. You are into an arranged marriage. 22 years, you still fight and you're still standing for an arranged marriage. Excellent. This is exactly what we were looking for in this meeting. Do we have any more? Distinguished Toastmaster Ruchira brought out what a perspective. She did not take chocolates. She did not take roses, though she loved both of them. I was intentionally doing away the diamonds, and she brought a more precious element in. So with that, thank you so much. I was completely enthralled listening to all these fascinating stories. Thank you, and over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Amita, and today's table topic master. Yeah, you were hosting today's table topic session wonderfully, and yeah, it was a wonderful session we have. So yeah, everyone has participated very nicely. So I want to tell you the golden rules of to a happy marriage. The wife is always right. Number 1 rule. And number 2 is when you feel she is wrong, then slap yourself and read rule number 1 again. So that is the philosophy of husbands. It should be the philosophy of husband. Yeah, wife is always right. So at present, we all should understand the importance of marriage and try to improve. Yeah, jokes apart, try to improve it. Only then we will be able to be happy in our marriage and in our life.
Toastmaster Kanchan, Toastmaster Joe want to say something on your take. So please call him too.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think Toastmaster Joe is agreeing to all that.
Yeah, Toastmaster Joe.
And rule
Yeah,
number
please.
2, he's identified them with 20.
Toastmaster of the day,
Please
thank you.
come on the stage. Yeah.
Toastmaster of the day, thank you so much for sharing that tip. I'll start using it from today itself. And also, I guess that tip was only for me because all the rest are women or wives or whatever it is. So
yeah,
it
will be help a lot in the future.
Thank you so much for letting me know. I'm very happy my wife is not here. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day.
She should be here. Yeah. No, yeah. Thank you so much, Joe. Toastmaster Joe. So, marriage is a very beautiful relationship in which a lot of love and disputes are hidden. However, after a time, the excitement in the relationship ends up and the stagnation occurs. Yeah, of course, due to which life comes to a standstill. So it needs to be renewed, like our Toastmasters unionship, and from time to time to maintain the sweetness of this beautiful relationship. And at the same time, there is a need to give a feeling of love. So whichever the marriage is, it's arrange or love, time is matter about the bond. So wife should give the time to husband, and husband gives the time to their his wife. So let's move on the third session of our meeting, which is evaluation session. And our chief evaluator, Toastmaster Ruchira Singh, will share the feedback and will share the evaluation of the all speakers. So Toastmaster Ruchira Singh and our chief evaluator, please come on this stage and share your feedback. Yeah,
Thank you so
Toastmaster
much.
Ruchira, yeah, over to you.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Kanchan, for that introduction. And let's move on to the general evaluation section. To start off, I'd like to call our prepared speakers evaluator, that is Toastmaster Jayati, to please read out her evaluation for Toastmaster Kalpita.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Toastmaster Kalpita, what a beautiful speech. I was enthralled by it. Toastmaster Kalpita, you had some beautiful shining points in your speech, and I'd like to point out 3 of them. The first one is you stood and spoke. Kudos to you for that. And I really liked it because nowadays everybody's sitting and talking. I thought you were going to sit and talk, but you stood and spoke. It was great brownie points for me. The second one is your hand gestures were in sync with your verbal content. You had great vocal variety when you said, I recall that day of chaos and disturbance. And then you said, I remember when I was 4 years old. And you said, I drowned in love. Your vocal variety with all these things were going absolutely perfect. The third point which stood out is you used a prop which was great. Your story, your speech had a beautiful introduction, an amazing content, and a wonderful conclusion. Toastmaster Kalpita, I don't have many recommendations for you. After all, it's your icebreaker speech and it is just too good. The only thing which I advise you is I saw that when you were standing and speaking, you were clasping and unclasping your hands. I know it's your icebreaker. Maybe you were a little nervous, but when you clasp and unclasp your hands in front of the audience, it automatically shows that you are nervous. So instead of doing that, just walk on the stage, use the stage, move to your left, come back to the center, move to the right, come back to the center. This will give you an ease with the audience, and this will also make you remember your speeches by paragraphs. Like suppose you take one paragraph in the middle, you finish with it, you go to the next paragraph, you go to your left, you come back again, and then you go to your right and you come back again. So this way you will feel comfortable. You will also use the stage. We call it the stage choreography. You can use the stage and you can always be more comfortable with your speech. That is all I have for you today. And thank you for that wonderful, wonderful speech. Wonderful icebreaker. Great for you. And you made this speech just like I would scoop up a spoon of ice cream. You made it that simple and smooth. Thank you. And please come back again. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Madam Evaluator Toastmaster Jayati, for that wonderful evaluation. I have absolutely no recommendations, Toastmaster Jeti. It covered the entirety of Toastmaster Kalpita's speech very beautifully. And Toastmaster Kalpita, I'm so happy that I was here on the day that you gave your icebreaker. It was a pleasure to hear your icebreaking speech. So you had lots of expression that was both vocal, visual, your usage of your entire physical stage. And I loved the clarity that you showed throughout your speech, whether it was the chronological flow of your speech and ideas, as well as the way that you talked about the emotional aspect, but brought out very clear and relatable lesson at the end, which was something that all of us could understand and relate to. So in terms of the crafting and delivery, it was a wonderful speech. I just have one small recommendation in addition to what Toastmaster Jeti has already said, which is to perhaps raise your laptop level. So because we could see you utilizing your entire screen space, but I wanted to see your facial expressions as well, because those really help bring out the emotions that your voice was bringing out. But otherwise, it was a very good speech, and it was as is the deserving for an icebreaker. I'd request everyone to please unmute themselves and give a warm round of applause to Toastmaster Kalpita. Moving on from the prepared speech to the table topic section, today I'll start off quickly with the table topic master, Toastmaster Amrita. You had appropriate topics that were in sync with the theme. They were thought-provoking. They made everyone think a little bit more, and I absolutely loved listening as well as speaking on them. Kudos to you on being a wonderful table topic master and ticking all the boxes over there. Coming to our table topic speakers, our first speaker was Toastmaster Vibha. That fun incident from the wedding. Toastmaster Vibha, I love the way that you took a little 10 seconds pause, you thought about it, and then you decided to share a very personal story from your own wedding, which was both sweet as well as a relatable story. You had, it was a wonderful take on the table topic and a great way to start off the table topic section. Moving on to the next table topic speaker, Toastmaster Neelu, one person in your in-laws side that you would like to turn into a statue. I'd agree with our table topic Master Amrita over here, Toastmaster Amrita. I love the way that you already knew right from the beginning who that person was going to be, and you supported your answer very clearly as to why you chose this person. And you also, at the end, give a sigh of relief because this was perhaps something that you had been wanting to vent but not brought out. It was a very good take on the topic as well, Toastmaster Neelu. Moving on to our third table topic speaker, Toastmaster Jayati. The world's best couple award goes to, and Toastmaster Jayati, I love the way you talked about the limelight and the looks, and how when you came back home after winning this award, you and your husband both had a discussion, and you realized that this was the outside world's perception of yours, of both of you as a couple, but you allowed that to help work on whatever fights that you both were having, and it made for a better relationship. Thank you so much for bringing out a message and a topic that was meant to be just a light-hearted one. The next table topic speaker, Toastmaster Kalpita. If your marriage were to be compared to a fruit, which fruit would it be? Toastmaster Kalpita, I think you had a very intelligent take on the topic. You talked about the different fruits and brought out the different flavors of marriage representing from each fruit. And I think that was very cleverly done. And I also like the way that you started off with a line that this was very appropriate because your husband doesn't like fruits at all. Moving on to our next table topic speaker, Toastmaster Ritu, that one ritual in a marriage that you dislike or disapprove of. I found it very interesting that you talked about how it's the girl's side that bears the cost of the marriage, and that although a wedding is something that is equal between two people, this is a ritual that needs to change. And you also talked about one more aspect we don't always think about, which is the wastage that is caused from the weddings that take place, and to be more mindful in terms of sustainability of our weddings as well. So that again was a very good take on the topic, and thank you for being sporting enough to go around each room in your house, find the best place and give it a shot, even though you had some technical issues. Moving on, we had Toastmaster Jayati, early marriage or after settling. Over here, Toastmaster Jayati, I love the way you set your opinion right at the start, said early marriage is not at all the answer, nor is and you question the very paradigm of your topic, which is settling itself. And you talked about how it's important to have the mindset, and that it's not a particular age or a time or a fashion to get married, but rather if you two people who decide to make it better. And I think with that philosophy, I think all of us have a lot to learn in terms of how we think about our marriages as well. Coming to the next table topic speaker, Toastmaster Joe, on the relevance of arranged marriage. Toastmaster Joe, kudos to you for having the courage to come to an all-women's club and discuss about marriage, as you mentioned right at the start. I love the way that you talked about the relevance of your own arranged marriage, and your own take on the topic of how you get to know a person in the first 3 years, and you don't have everything known beforehand, and that doesn't spoil it, so to say. So everyone has their own opinion, and I love the way you brought yours to the fore, and you supported it with the story of your own marriage, and you talked about your 2 children and how you may fight every day, but you're still standing strong. And I think that's a very valuable lesson for everyone who may be feeling like taking it quits at any point in time, is to stay strong through it. For my table topic evaluation, I'll take my feedback offline, and for now I'll come back to the feedback of the session as a whole. The session started off with the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Neelu. Thank you so much for stepping in and taking up the role of acting Sergeant at Arms. You stepped in enthusiastically, quickly, and set the right tone for the meeting for today. You also had a great introduction for the president. The presiding officer, Toastmaster Shruti, had a relatable speech with a very good takeaway about fixing each other's crowns, and she had a good introduction of the Toastmaster of the day as well. Coming to our Toastmaster of the day, we had Toastmaster Kanchan. I love the way that you had audience interaction right from the start when you talked about your village and asked everyone whether they would prefer an arranged marriage or a love marriage. And although this was quite a controversial topic, you handled the controversial part very well and took a very balanced approach to it, and were able to take in everybody's opinions as well. I also love the way that we got to understand different people's perspectives, because you invited people to share anecdotes from their own personal lives. So that gave us a sort of well-rounded aspect to the different styles, flavors, and types of marriages that we can witness here at Toastmasters Club. You also had a message right at the end, which talked about whichever style of marriage you may have opted for, it's more about the bond, not the kind of marriage that you started, which determines how far the marriage will go. I just have a couple of recommendations, Toastmaster Kanchan. As a Toastmaster of the day, if you could take a little time to take the introductions of the role players beforehand, or maybe ask them their thoughts on the topic when you introduce them, I think that would be a little better than asking the role player to introduce themselves directly. And the second would be, if you want to challenge yourself, it would be in terms of finding out a smooth transition from your role as a TMOD, technically talking about parts of the Toastmaster Club, as well as tying it in with your theme, maybe talking about, say, the prepared part of marriage, which is perhaps the engagement period. I'm not sure, I'm not experienced, but I'm just giving it an idea over here. Moving on to, I think that I've covered all the role players here. In terms of my feedback, yes. And I now would like to take the report from my role players. To Toastmaster Kalpita and Toastmaster Neeluji both played the role of the timer. So I've seen that the timer reports have come into the chat, but if we can have if there's anything else that the timer needs to stay. Toastmaster Kalpita, you're on mute. Toastmaster.
Yes, I have prepared the report.
Kalpita, can you hear me?
Yes, hello. Yeah, hi. Do you want me to share the report on the screen, Toastmaster Ruchira? Do you want me to, or has it come on the chat? I don't know.
Yes, I think just a quick share. All right, maybe just a quick share of your screen would give us a quick overall view.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just share my screen. Give me a minute.
Sure.
I think there's a problem with my system. Give me a second.
Not a problem, Toastmaster Kalpita. If you could just check and let us know if anyone's disqualified on the count of time. Just knowing that much would also suffice until your
no,
technical
everybody
issues
is qualified,
solved.
and yes, I can read out the reports as well. Should I?
Okay, then yeah, you can give a quick readout of the report. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, for the prepared speech session, 4 to 6 minutes, that was actual time. I took 6 minutes, 14 seconds. Toastmaster Jayati, for the evaluation, 2 minutes, 45 seconds. That was the time taken by Toastmaster Jayati. For the table topic session, everybody was qualified. Toastmaster Biva, 2 minutes 28 seconds. Toastmaster Nilu, 2 minutes 20 seconds. Toastmaster Jayati, 2 minutes 1 second. Toastmaster Ruchira, 1 minute 58 seconds. Toastmaster Ritu, 1 minute 25 seconds. Toastmaster Jora, 1 minute 50 seconds. Toastmaster Jayati again, 2 minutes 8 seconds. Toastmaster Ruchira, 1 minute 22 seconds. That's it.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster, and for sharing it in such a clean format as well. Moving on to our next role player, we have our counter Toastmaster Neelu.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Yes, quality matters, though we are very less in numbers, but we had a quality of meeting and everyone are really on the ball. Yes, I am enthralled to hear each and every person. Today, I'm going to give my report by saying that favorite word. Yes, if a person use a lot of time so that is his or her favorite word. Toastmaster Kanchan, her favorite word was yeah. A few times he used so and many repetitive words. Toastmaster Vibha, a few times, so few times, and small pauses. Toastmaster Amita, so sweetly she said, aha, but she was flawless. That was really so good and attractive. Toastmaster Jayati was flawless. Toastmaster Ruchira, flawless. Toastmaster Ritu Kasira, small pause because of technical glitch. Toastmaster Joe Rao, flawless. And Toastmaster Shruti was flawless. So this was my report. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neelu, for breathing life into the role of the counter and giving us such an energetic and enthusiastic report for that day. Moving on to our next role player, we have our grammarian Toastmaster Vibha. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ruchira, for giving me the stage. Good evening again, my fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I'm here with my grammarian report. First of all, I would like to say that the word of the day, enthrall was used by Toastmaster Neelu Sharma twice, Amrita, Ritu, and Jayati used once. Neelu Sharma used idiom of the day once. Coming to the good uses of English grammar, failure is an inevitable part of life. I have never given up. Optimistic, life has taught me many lessons. Don't give up. Sense of flavors. That fun incident of that wedding. Dheere dheere gaun. It could be like translated slowly, slowly sing, or ayore, ayore, came. It's a song. These are songs, but it's an English platform, so it should be. If wishes were horses, these are really good words. Rejuvenation, wade through smirky water. Life shows you all kind of colors. Testimony to relationship. Wedding is the wedding of dreams. I loved it. Fuse the true. A cherry on the cake. Put into a fix. Evergreen. Thought-provoking. Marriage is not a bed of roses. Marriage is a mindset. You still fight and still standing for any arranged marriage. That is really a good sentence for me. I don't know who likes it much. If your thought process are good, you are on the good road. Want in that want should be not used. Instead of that, you could have used wants. For the third person, renewal is not a word. Renewal is a word. Stagnation, brownie points. These are the good uses of words. There were little not so good uses of words that I didn't note down because more is enough, and no news is good news, like that. No noted, no noted, no no penning down of any good news, good not so good uses of words. It means that the meeting has gone and like on the ball, and we all are enthralled throughout the meeting. Nice to see you all. Back to you, Toastmaster Ruchira.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vibha, for that wonderful report. Your report was absolutely exhaustive, and I think it covered all the aspects of the meeting. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hello.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, you are.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So the final report is from our listening master, Toastmaster Jyoti. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Okay, ladies, I shall begin asking. I'll read out phrases. You have to tell me. Please unmute yourselves. You have to tell me who said it. Okay? The first one. He always tries to suppress me. Come on.
Toastmaster Neelu.
Yes, yes. Okay. In my thought, marriage is a relationship where two people are bonded in love.
Me?
Toastmaster Kalpita.
No, no, no. It's Toastmaster of the evening,
Yes.
Toastmaster
Toastmaster
Kanchan.
Kanchan.
Yes. Okay. Let's celebrate the warmth and affection which we receive from other women.
Which we receive from?
Other women.
Toastmaster Shruti.
Shruti.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay. The next one is, as it is an online meeting, we should be more attentive.
Toastmaster
Toastmaster
Neelu.
Neelu.
Yes, yes, of course. Okay. I would choose the path between love marriage and arranged marriage.
Toastmaster Ruchira.
I would.
Toast.
No.
Yeah, Viva, Toastmaster Viva. No, no, no.
No, Toastmaster Amita.
Oh.
Okay. I'll take note of any misuses of the English language.
Toastmaster
Toast.
Viva.
Viva.
Yes.
Vibha.
Yes. Okay. Just keep going.
Me.
Toastmaster Joe.
Toastmaster Jyoti.
Toastmaster Kalpita.
Kalpita. Yeah. Okay. She's made plans to fly us all to Maldives.
Toastmaster Ruchira.
Yes. Marriage is as green as the grapes.
Kalpita.
Toastmaster Kalpita.
Toastmaster Kalpita.
How is it? This is the last one, okay? How is it possible to get married in this society?
Toastmaster Ritu.
No, Toastmaster Nidhi.
No, Nidhi is not here.
No, she
Toastmaster Vibha.
Okay.
Toastmaster Vibha in her table topic speech. That's it. Thank you, ladies. Wonderful session. We'll get back. Bye-bye. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jayati, for taking up that role and executing it so beautifully. I can see that all of us have been very attentive throughout today's session, and that's the hallmark of a great Toastmasters meeting. And with that, I come to the end of my general evaluation report, and I'll hand the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Kanchan.
Yeah, Toastmaster Ruchira, thank you so much for wonderful evaluation. So, what is marriage? A daughter asked her mother, "What is marriage?" Then mother replied, "Marriage is just a fancy word for adopting an overgrown male child who cannot be handled by his parents anymore." So this is the fact of marriage. This is the true fact of marriage. So
We have a grown-up child in our podium.
so today's evaluation of the whole meeting was done in the best way, and all the role players played their role very well. And thank you so much for joining me and listening to me. So the best marriage is not that when and perfect couples joins together. This is when a imperfect couple or a pair is not perfect with all the differences and also learns to enjoy his differences and their differences. Yeah, that is my whole perspective of the marriage. So thank you so much to all for supporting me. And this is my first time to a TMOD role in a English group and in an English club. So if I have done any mistake, then please forget. Thank you so much to all. Yeah. Thank you so much for your love. And thank you so much, Neelu ma'am. A big thanks to you to giving me a chance to speak here in this group. Yeah, thank you so much.
So thank you, everyone. Now I'm taking the charge of standing president as Toastmaster Shruti is busy in some other work. So now I'm launching the poll. Please vote first. Then we will go move ahead. So here is poll in front of you all. Kindly vote. 50% done, 62% done. So here I'm going to end the poll. So here is the result. Best table topic speaker. Oh my goodness, Toastmaster Jayati. Please give big round of applause for Toastmaster Jayati. Great, great. Next, best role player category 1. Teamwork, GE, and table topic master. Who else other than DTM Ruchira? Please give thunderous round of applause for Toastmaster Ruchira. Best Role Player category 3. Oh my God, it's me. Thank you so much for voting me. Thank you. Thank you so much. So here was the result. Today there was only one speech and it was icebreaker, amazing icebreaker. So she is the winner and Toastmaster is Jyoti is the winner. Thank you so much everyone for coming. And before you all leave, I want to request Toastmaster Jo to, though you have witnessed our half of the session, please share your thought, few words for us.
Thank you, Madam President. Yeah, I think I learned very important lesson how to have a very happy start a meeting from today and hopefully have space. So thank you so much. Back to Madam President.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jo. Keep visiting Women Club so that you can learn lesson every week. So thank you so much for coming and attending. Please give big round of applause for a wonderful and only male person in our gang, we can say. And thank you so much, Toastmaster Kanchan and Toastmaster Vibha, for stepping up and took the role at the last moment. Thank you so much. We loved the way you both come and performed. Thank you so much. And Toastmaster Ruchira, we miss you a lot. Try to visit more. Thank you so much, everyone. So here I'm going to close the meeting officially. If you want to stay, it's your platform. You can have your dinner, breakfast, as you wish. Over to you. Thank you so much. So here I'm going to stop the recording.